The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys!
Blowing out of the backfield, exploding down the sideline.
This is Hangin with the Boys, presented by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Now, your hosts, Nate Newton, Kurt Daniels, Jesse Holley, and Shannon Gross.
Tuesday, looking live at Tostitos Championship Plaza outside Ford Center at the Star in Frisco, Texas. Ladies and gentlemen, it is 66 degrees, the high is 70, the low is 50.
8 days from Christmas. That's crazy.
Unbelievable.
That is Shannon. He is Nate. This is Kurt. Chris is not in the back. We got Jazzy Faye, Jazzy Fizzle in the back, keeping us live and local. I am Salt and Pepper Poppy together. So some dude got mad at me on Twitter. He called me Salt and Pepper Hater.
I like it.
He's like, I'm like, well, thank you for watching. So I don't watch your show. I only come on here Fridays for the predictions. I was like, whatever. Thank you. And I was like, appreciate you. I am Salt and Pepper Poppy. Together we make Hanging with the Boys, the sports talk equivalent of Braille. People feel us when we speak.
Brought to you each and every day by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. How are you guys? Good?
Yeah.
Good to have you back, Jess.
Yeah. Thank you to everyone who donate to Holly's Helping Hands. I probably need some more donations.
Uh-oh, did you spend too much money? Yeah.
Isn't that the way it is?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So if you want to donate to Holly's Helping Hands, please do.
How do they do that?
How to do that?
What? Oh, to hit me up on Twitter at Mr. Fourth and Long, link in my bio, or you can just send me an email at Holly's HOLLEYS helping HELPING hands HANDS at gmail.com, and I'll send you the link to donate. But what a fantastic time that we had.
Tell us about
last
it,
night,
man.
We tore the Walmart in Mesquite down. We
Buy all the stuff.
We filled up an entire box truck. Like, they're doing the video probably sometime today. I'll get it. But man, we did we probably won't get a good picture on it, but we did an entire box truck.
Oh, wow.
We filled that box truck up
Oh, heck yeah.
last night with bikes and toys and gifts and everything for families and children, families with children in need.
Do you have like any idea of how many families you're able to impact?
So I know last year alone, us with Sharing Life Texas, that's who Holly Helping Hands partnered with. I know last year we did over 1,000 kids.
Oh, that's amazing.
Got Christmas gifts, and that's from babies up until like I think 15 years old. So that's the range that we're talking about, and so I don't know how that breaks down per family, because some may come with 1 kid, 2 kids, 3 kids, but over 1,000 kids were able to get, and they get clothes, and then they have a list of things that they can get for their kid, and what I love about Sharing Life and how they do it is, it's the dignity for me, because it's already hard enough that you're in need. Right. And then a lot of times in the day and time that we live in, it's when you're in a need and someone comes to help you, we shove a camera in your face and tell everybody that we're here to help you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With Sharing Life, they let you come. They have a warehouse in Mesquite. It's like an old Office Depot or Office Max type big store like that. And then they just turn it into a store. And they build shelves, and the families come in, they sign in, and they get to go and shop for their kids, like it's a department store, because they know what their kid likes. You know what I'm saying? Does me no good. We go to the store and I get 10 basketballs, and the kid loves soccer. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's like, well, actually, he likes archery. You know what I mean? So the families get to go and shop for the kids, and it feels like, it doesn't feel like a handout. It doesn't feel like something that
they get to pick it out.
They get to pick it out, and
good.
they get to do it kind of in a sense of like they were going to the department store to do it.
That's really cool, man.
Yeah. Why do you got that? Why do you have that look on your face?
I love it, man. I just, I love it. And
I just keep doing your thing, man.
Yeah.
God is with you.
You guys keep donating and keep helping. I'll be able to keep doing it because.
How many years you been doing it now?
Over 10.
Really?
Yeah, I'm over 10. I was doing this back when I was a player, so it's been over 10.
How long you been out of the league?
2013.
Wow.
11.
Wow.
10, 11 years.
Man, salt and pepper.
Salt and pepper hater. Salt and pepper hater.
Well, that's great, Jesse, man. That's a great
thank
great
you
thing
all.
you do.
Thank you all for donating. And again, if you want to continue to donate, please do. The donations are still open, and we can still do some more good with that. So yeah,
good on you.
good on you guys. Thank you for helping.
Absolutely. So since you weren't here yesterday, what were your overall? Let's see. Here was our checklist yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Sloppy. Beat a bad team that you should have beat.
Mm-hmm.
Bounced back from a Monday night.
Short week.
Mm-hmm.
And then got to see some young guys play, or some guys that haven't played a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Offensive line seems to be getting better and serviceable. Why didn't we do this with Rico earlier? And your prediction was true. Your score was way off.
Yeah, my score was way off.
But your prediction came true. He didn't get 55, and they lost.
Yep.
Other than that, we didn't really. We talked maybe 8 minutes of football and talked about Dion and some old day stories with Nate, and that was the show. So, did we miss anything?
For me, I sit here sometimes and I want to pat myself on the back when I'm right. There are times when I got to eat crow.
Oh, what you were wrong this week?
There are times when I have to eat crow, and I can be man enough to say that I can eat crow, because I said that I felt like coming into this game that they took a death blow with the way that they lost in that Bengals game, and I thought that they would come out flat and uninspired and kind of just basically dead, and they didn't, and that's a testament to them. So I was wrong in thinking that this group is still going out there doing what they can to win football games, and but get bad team, good team, whatever it is, you still see a level of intensity from the guys that go out there playing. Now, it doesn't always look good, right? But it doesn't feel like quit. It doesn't always look good. You know what I'm saying?
Does that factor into the decision on whether they bring McCarthy back or not? Because obviously these guys aren't quitting.
That's where I fall in this very, very peculiar situation, because I look at a few things, and just from my history of being in the league, you see a guy like CeeDee Lamb, who honestly, outside of the records that he's trying to keep going, right? So he reached 1,000 yards. That's a good one. And then now he's like 22 catches off. He's 22 catches off from beating his all-time reception record, right? But this is a guy who doesn't have to play hard. Mm-hmm. His deal is already done.
Right.
But there's a lot of other guys. There's a lot of other guys on this football team who are, what was it? We're talking about 30, 33 guys who are free agents this offseason.
And Micah even referenced that. He was like, guys are playing for contracts. They're playing for their families, their livelihood, the stuff that you always talk about. Like, hey, you don't know when your last down in the league is.
And this team, they don't know it. We don't know it. Is there going to be a coaching change? Mm-hmm. So the last thing that you want to do is be able to put on film when that new staff comes in and they're combing through the film of the games that you played, say, oh, this guy's a quitter. Yeah. No, don't want him on my roster, because the new coach that comes in ain't tied to you. And if you aren't Micah type, if you aren't CD type, if you aren't that level, that type of player, then you're expendable.
Or if the current coaching staff stays and you quit, they don't want you on this team either, right?
That's literally what I just said.
No, you said if a new coaching staff comes in.
Oh,
if the current one stays.
Oh, Lord, don't say that.
No.
What? But if it does.
You don't want. You're absolutely right. Yeah. I apologize.
No problem.
Right. That's two apologies in one show.
Okay.
I don't know if we're going to get to a third. I don't know if we're going to get to a third.
I'm not right very often. But sometimes.
You're right. No. But
it's an interesting dynamic, though, because in a way you could say these guys are playing selfish because they want. Obviously, the team is benefiting.
Yeah.
And it's a good thing in the end. They're not showing any quit, but in some ways their motivation is different now than it might have been.
I think there is a level of selfishness because football is what, Nate? A bunch of one-on-one battles that have to happen collectively as a team.
Right.
Right? So selfishly, I have to win my one-on-one battle. This is me and the man across from me. Sometimes I get a little help, but sometimes I don't. Yeah. But I have to win that battle more often than not. And that's the selfish part of it, but it just so happens to correlate with what the other 10 guys in that field are doing, the same thing that you're trying to do. Yeah. And as long as y'all doing it in unison to what the play design is, then it works out, right? But anytime you have those guys, you have 11 guys who are doing the individual battle and one goes rogue and he's supposed to be down blocking and he, you know what I'm saying, he doing something else.
Like a pass option read.
Yeah. Like a pass. Those type of things, happen. Yeah. And then the other thing for me, I've been trying to figure out, because I do want to be fair. And I do want to give, at times, not all the time, at times, benefit of the doubt. And so, for me, the one player that recently that I kind of is trying to put where and how is Rico. Mm-hmm. Right? Because like right now, for example, like Rico is number one in the National Football League in rushing EPA. Right? So yards expected on per play. Mm-hmm. He just took over Derrick Henry. So he's number one in the league, meaning successful runs mean basically on the first run, you get 4 yards or more. And then on the second run, you get half of what's left over. So you're getting at least three on that. And then the third run is, do you get the rest of it? Right now, he's at a 60% rate. And that's damn good.
Yeah, that's real good.
So my thing is where do we what pocket do we put Rico in? Do we put Rico in the pocket of, this is a guy who wasn't getting many reps early in the year, couldn't overtake that? Do we put Rico in the box of, the last couple of games have been versus pretty much really bad defenses and run defenses? Or do we say, you know what? Dude's a player.
Yeah.
Like, that's the part, like, that is where I'm at on
a bunch of things.
Where we put Rico.
I would probably go with the latter there, that he is showing he's a player.
Well, let me ask you guys this. Did they change, like, he's the best running back in the league, up there with the best.
League?
Well, the last 3 or 4 games, his performance, he's up there with Saquon and those types of guys. I'm not saying he's Saquon by any means. I'm saying something has changed in the last 4 to 5 games, which I would think is they know with Cooper Rush, you got to run the ball because he's not going to throw you into a game and compete like that. So you have to kind of change the dynamic, right? And the offensive line's getting better. You're changing your game plan a little bit. You're feeding him the rock. Mm-hmm. Is this the building block for, okay, this is working with Cooper Rush. Maybe we asked Dak to do too much early on, or maybe even last year. Now we have a formula with this guy. If we can, he's a free agent after this year, right? Mm-hmm. His contract's up. Maybe you don't go get a guy in the draft. You hang on to this guy. You know what he can do. You've seen it. You go back to old school Dak where you're not asking him to throw 30, 40 times a game. You're asking him to throw 17 to 25, and you run with Rico. Is that a formula for success? I mean, is that – because this is working, whatever they're doing.
All
with
this
Cooper
is predicated on
offensive line.
Yeah. So the one thing that has gotten better and the one thing that's been consistent is 3 sorry teams we've played.
Yeah.
And
I forgot to factor that in.
And the offensive line has played grittier, meaner, and tougher. And they've played a little bit better as a unit. So Rico has developed into a better back. He has learned to read and stay with the blocks longer. He plays the situations better. He sees the hole. Now he gets through the hole. Before he used to be just wide open, just get the ball and just run. Mm-hmm. Now he reads. He understands the offense better. All of those pluses. Because even when you're playing not so good NFL teams, they are still NFL teams. Mm-hmm. You still can build momentum and you still can build confidence. And that's what this offensive line is getting. That is what Rico is getting. If next year a good running back comes open with a special gift, say ultra speed or the gift to make people miss catching the ball. If that guy comes open, you still get him. Mm-hmm. You don't mess around. You still get him. You know, the issue here, like I was saying to y'all yesterday was, and just what I was telling them, is it's a lot of guys that we have sought up and developed this year, including Rico. What are you going to do this offseason? So whether it's a new coach or not, what are the Cowboys willing to do? Rico has developed into a pretty sturdy guy. He is who he is. He's a good football player. Mm-hmm. Nothing special. He's just a good football player that is doing his job in the NFL. That's just what I believe.
Do you think that they're feeding him the ball more because they've just seen that confidence in him? They've seen that change in him? They can give him more, or is it just dictated by the game and what's happening?
I've never bought into the dictating of the game, because we started in here 3 weeks ago saying we were still in the game. Yeah. Why didn't they? I buy into it that everything's a little bit better right now. You know, the offensive line is a touch better. The rhythm of the play calling has gotten better. And Rico has been the beneficiary of this. I still ain't forgetting that they got that other guy sitting out there, wide receiver, that you still have to pay attention to. You know, so.
All right, let's take our first break. When we come back, we'll talk more football on Hanging with the Boys.
How's Wingstop sound? Crispy, juicy classic wings, sauced and tossed in those 11 soul-satisfying flavors. Paired with hand-cut seasoned fries, house-made honey mustard, blue cheese, or signature Wingstop ranch. I think you've heard enough. Get your flavor delivered at wingstop.com.
This is Nate Newton from Hanging with the Boys, and Wingstop is here to bring the flavor to game day as the official wings of the Dallas Cowboys. Order now by downloading the Wingstop app or ordering online at wingstop.com.
Hey, Cowboys fans, a 2024 football season is here, and SeatGeek is here to help you experience all the action. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the touchdown celebrations this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Cowboys football games or to any other live event, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official primary ticketing partner of the Dallas Cowboys. The most disruptive idea in ticketing? A ticket that works. Expect the expected. SeatGeek.
How about them Cowboys? Or how about them Tyson Cowboys Nuggets? As we cheer for the stars on the field, we love that we've also got some stars on our plate, thanks to Tyson brand star-shaped Cowboys Nuggets. They sure make game day special, and for every purchase of the new Tyson Cowboys Nuggets this holiday season, Tyson Foods will donate $1 to the Salvation Army up to $100,000. As you enjoy your stars on and off the plate, remember, tailgates and game day have always been Tyson.
We got big personalities. We got big hair, big belt buckles. We got fans all across this big state and enemies in every other one. We even got a big star on the 50-yard line. Smirnoff knows football is a we thing, an experience that is best enjoyed together. With good drinks and good folks home or away, we rally together. We cry together, and we always rally cry together because, most of all, we got big love for them boys. Smirnoff, we do game days. Please drink responsibly.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Welcome back to the second segment of Hanging with the Boys, brought to you each and every day by blockchain.com. Thank you, blockchain.com. Kurt.
Yes.
Swing by your 7-Eleven just down the street, right down here on Parkwood.
Warren.
It's Parkwood and
Yeah.
is it Warren Parkway? No,
Warren?
it's the one
No,
next to it.
yeah.
Gaylord.
Gaylord.
Oh, yeah.
Gaylord and Parkwood. And grab your favorite item from the Roller Grill. That's a great name.
Let's
the
see
Roller
how
Grill.
good Jazzy is. Go ahead, keep reading.
She's not gonna hit it. Then enjoy a big gulp for just 89 cents.
I'm looking.
Valid at participating stores.
Let us know when you get it. We'll read it over.
You should have just been like, Josh, come over and go, well, big gulps, huh? Fill up and get ready for game day. Pump 8, baby.
Let's go.
3 pumps on Pump 8.
Oh, big gulps, huh?
There you go, Jazz.
Yeah, wow.
There you go.
Good job. All right. So we were just having a off-air discussion like we do almost every break, and this is actually one we can talk about on the air. So we tabled it. We were talking about Kurt. You brought it up, so bring it up, and then Jesse and Nate both have thoughts on it.
Well, we were talking about how they're going to spend money this season, and Steven kind of alluded to it a little bit in his radio shot yesterday that, yes, they want to pay these high-end guys, but then you get all these injuries, and it makes you second-guess yourself a little bit. But it sounds like they're proceeding as normal, and Parsons will be back. Anyway, so we've got this kind of upscale, high-end, the rich guys, the Parsons, Lambs, Prescotts. And then you've got the undrafted guys at the bottom and all that. That middle class, how do they spend their money there? Should they be lower middle class with a lot of guys or higher middle class with more select, maybe better players?
Well, you go ahead on, man.
So one of the things that we do is it's always this compare and contrast, right? It's always, well, Philly is doing this and the Niners are doing this and this team is doing that. And that's fine, right? And everybody's going to work things differently. And for the Cowboys, for as long as I can remember, they have always been a draft and develop. Mm-hmm. That's their motto. We go and we do really good in the draft, and we hope that those guys are guys that we can bring along and that we can, build up. And then now these will be the guys that we pay the in-house guys. This team has never really been a team that goes out into free agency and fish in those ponds like that. And I think one of the things that makes this season a little bit of gift and a curse at the end of the year, and it's going to be very dependent upon how these next 3 games go: Tampa Bay, Philadelphia, Washington. Because if for some reason they're 6-8 right now, mm-hmm. If for some reason you go and you win 2 of the last 3 games, and now you're sitting at the end of this year at 8-9, the Joneses may look at this and go, "Oh, big gulp, huh?" They'll say, "Well, we're 8-9
with all these injuries,
and depleted, and we're going to get at some point in time. We're going to get Dak's coming back. Mm-hmm. We're 8-9, and we didn't have Dak. Parsons probably won't miss 4 games next year. Maybe we can get Tank, back at a discount, and Sam Williams will be on his way back, and eventually you're going to get back Overshown, and maybe we'll get back Diggs at some point in time next year.
You won't be down to your 5th, 6th cornerback." Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So there's a lot of promise that goes to this thing, and they go, well, we don't really have to go out there and dive into the upper echelon free agents, because if we just bring back our core, and CeeDee's not dealing with the shoulder injury, and Rico's looking good, and
Nealon is better.
Nealon will get better.
What's new? We call that hopium.
That hopium, yeah. Right? And so, but this is. So they'll end of this year and go, well, why do I have to go out there and spend this outrageous amount of money mm-hmm. to be competitive? Now, notice I said competitive and not really pushing forward the Super Bowl level type stuff. Because what ends up happening is there may be a level of hopium, and you bring those guys back and you're competitive until you run into those teams that said, well, while you were getting competitive and living and dying on hopium and thinking that you can go and do this, when you run into us who said we're preparing for a Super Bowl, yeah. And your draft and develop guys ain't better than these established high-end free agents that we brought in to go with our high-end players that we drafted and developed. And you see what happened in the playoffs. You run into the Green Bays, you run into the Niners of the world, you run into whoever the team that you're Detroit's of the world. Mm-hmm. And so that's the gift and the curse. But the Cowboys aren't a team. They just aren't. They aren't a team that looks to go all in into the level of free agency. And like I said, this year, now maybe had they gone, 3-14, and it looked real bad, would they consider that? But there's a level of hope that's left in. But we get these guys back with the full training camp, with the full whole deal. We'll get some of these lower level free agents in, the discounted ones, and
you don't think they've learned anything from this year? Because Diggs, who knows, his future may be what he's going to be like next year. He's not even supposed to be back. He's going to miss training camp.
You know what they say?
Dak.
We'll find another DeRon Bland. We found DeRon Bland in the 5th round. That worked out pretty well for us.
That's what Steven kind of hinted at, was the depth is hurting. It's great when your top stars are healthy, but once they get hurt, then you don't have that same solid depth.
the thing that you're saying, Jesse, I'm with you 100%, and you are so correct. The bottom line is this. You don't even sign back your own guys. You've let a couple of offensive linemen go. You've let a couple of – you have to sign these guys. Now, these guys that are like Golston and
Osa,
and
Jordan Lewis, Rico, all these guys will be up for deals.
If you don't sign them back, it's going to be new guys in their place. And that is the issue. Well, we're going to draft, we're going to develop, and that's why Armstrong is gone. That's why 2 offensive linemen is gone, because we done drafted them and we done developed them for somebody else. You have to make a concerted effort, and if it pushes you near the cap, signing your own, well, do it. But don't tell me you're not going to push the cap, you're not going to get the high-end free agents, you're going to develop your own and let them go somewhere else. That is what's been happening here.
But isn't that the problem, though, is that they are signing their own. They're just signing really, really expensive. They're playing Lamb, But
I'm going to tell you something. As great as Lamb is,
Diggs,
just line him up there against 11 guys. Hey, Lamb, have at it. You got $45 million. Get them other 11 guys. It's still got to be 10 guys to go with Lamb. You have to, if you're going to sign your own, sign them.
Like, I think to Nate's point, you signing Lamb and Micah and Dak, that's a prerequisite of you. This is how you got to play football.
Right.
Like, every team has a Dak,
Yeah.
a CD, and a Micah. Like, that's almost the starter kit. If you're going to be anything remotely close to being competitive, you're going to have those 3-level type guys. You know what I mean? Like, you can add in, one of those really good offensive linemen, into that mix as well. But to have a passer, a pass catcher, a pass rusher, and a pass protector, that's bottom line basement level stuff. That's the foundation
the price
of the house.
Doing business.
Right.
But that seemed to be their excuse, though. They had to pay these Diggs, Dak, Lamb, and they knew had Parsons coming.
That
That
is
seemed
where
to be their
Mr.
excuse.
Jones is so masterful that we have been doing it for him.
Right.
But Kurt,
What do you mean doing it
The
for him?
media has been. Oh, you hear Archer. You hear the guys sometime at the place where Jesse's at now. Hey, well, we're up against the cap. Okay, and the 49ers up against the cap. Detroit up against the cap.
And-
the Steelers up against the cap.
and
Philly.
Hey, and the comeback to that is, if you would have taken care of business
Yeah.
a year and a half before you were up against the wall and had to pay market value for a year later when those prices go up by $10 million for a receiver.
Yeah. Well, they're right here again with Parsons.
Exactly. Get the deal. He's not going anywhere. Get the deal done now. Be like, hey, we don't want you to end this season without being under contract.
And let me also say this to my good brother, Micah Parsons.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, work your neck around.
You gonna apologize?
No.
That'll be the third one he's giving.
Yeah,
Not gonna give you that.
I got 2. I'm not getting the third one today. Micah, for the love of God, please stop publicly telling people that you'll take 30. What's the difference between 30 and 40? Like, I know you might be trying to pander to the court of public opinion. You're not taking less. You shouldn't even think about taking less. I know David Malugeta, your agent.
How quick do you think he called him?
Listen, as soon as David Malugeta heard that, he goes, hey, listen, we're not taking
Stop.
Stop. Take a page out of Tank Lawrence's book. That ain't my problem. Like, that ain't how they got to maneuver it and work the cap ain't my problem.
I'm gonna get it anyway. Tag me, whatever you got to do.
Micah,
I'm gonna get
stop saying that stop saying you. I know you want to be a Cowboy for life. That's good, but you need to be a Cowboy for life at the highest price that you can get it. Don't take $1 less than what you absolutely
and
deserve.
you know who's probably calling him as well? The Myles Garretts of the world and all those guys, because they're like, bro, you're driving our price down.
Also,
like,
the NFLPA is like, hey, listen, you're a high profile dude. What we're not going to do as a union is let you take less than what you're supposed to take to stay with the team, because that rules it for everybody else. So don't say that publicly, bro. Like, don't say that publicly. Just say, hey, we're gonna do whatever we gotta do to be a Cowboy for life, and however you work that behind the scenes, but don't kill your bargaining in the public right now, man. Nah, listen, do like Dion said. They're going to have to put me on layaway. That's how big my price going to be.
Thank you, Jesse. And Parsons, do what you got to do. Listen to Jesse. But Cowboys, y'all still have to pay these other guys. I don't want to have another year where, okay, we pay Parsons, and then y'all tell us as fans, and I'm not speaking as a football guy, I'm speaking as a fan, don't tell me like, okay, well, kind of had to let Osa go. Man, we was just on the board of getting Chauncey done, but no. We got to have players to compete because one time you can't pay four guys and let 49 of them just wander out there. You can't and not be competitive.
All right, let's take our last break. When we come back, who knows? See what we talk about it off the air, and we might bring it on the air. For the last segment of Hanging with the Boys, be right back.
How's Wingstop sound? Crispy, juicy classic wings, sauced and tossed in those 11 soul-satisfying flavors. Paired with hand-cut seasoned fries, house-made honey mustard, blue cheese, or signature Wingstop ranch. I think you've heard enough. Get your flavor delivered at wingstop.com.
This is Nate Newton from Hanging with the Boys, and Wingstop is here to bring the flavor to game day as the official wings of the Dallas Cowboys. Order now by downloading the Wingstop app or ordering online at wingstop.com.
Hey Cowboy fans, I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. But lately, I've been learning a new game, crypto. Sound confusing? Don't worry, even us pros were rookies in crypto once. That's why I trust blockchain.com. They make crypto easy. No confusing jargon, just the tools to help you win.
Prescott keeps it, slides with a first down.
Invest like your icons, where everyone is a rookie in crypto with blockchain.com.
Perfect throw, my goodness. Wow, did he ever thread the needle?
Visit blockchain.com/Cowboys to get started.
Fall is here, and that means football is back, bringing all the delicious game day foods with it. As you prep for all the big games, tailgates, and watch parties, let Yo Quiero be your one-stop destination for all things home gating. Yo Quiero's fresh, flavorful, ready-to-serve guacamole, made with real Hass avocados, will score taste bud touchdowns as you cheer on the Cowboys. Yo Quiero's wide range of mouthwatering and versatile products can be found in your local grocery store's produce or deli section. Grab some today.
Hey, Cowboys fans, a 2024 football season is here, and SeatGeek is here to help you experience all the action. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the touchdown celebrations this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Cowboys football games or to any other live event, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official primary ticketing partner of the Dallas Cowboys. The most disruptive idea in ticketing? A ticket that works. Expect the expected. SeatGeek.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Joe? Sure. This last 10 minutes.
Who is that?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
What
Is
happened
this
to Jazz?
Paul?
Who is that?
Because
Paul, sound like Paul.
okay, because bro, I was like, Jazz, wow, really? All right.
Got her hair cut off, her voice changed.
Yeah,
man.
I'm like, whoa.
Jazz is jazz.
Brought to you each and every show by Jigsaw, the proud dating partner of the Dallas Cowboys. All right. Yeah, we got all kind of guest producers today.
Yeah.
Hope little Logie feels better, Chris. Chris is at home listening to the show. He texted me.
Think he's listening?
Yep. He texted
Oh, he's
me.
there?
Yeah.
I was about to say he's probably like knee deep on Fortnite.
Yeah, he's asking when you're going to be in the
backpacking.
game.
You wait in the back.
Yeah.
You know, overdosed the kid on baby medicine.
Or he hyped him up on some Tylenol. He's like, jump in here with me. Help me get some dubs.
Yeah.
So, what do y'all want to do the last 10 minutes?
Well,
of the
how
show?
long does it take to do, just quickly, how long
Yeah.
does it take to do one of them Fortnite games? Like 10 minutes?
Probably. If it depends on how quick.
Fortnite or Call of Duty?
I don't know what it
We're
is.
on Fortnite now.
Oh, y'all on Fortnite now. Y'all done moved off.
We used to be Call of Duty, and then they jacked with the game, and then Fortnite started. They released some really cool. Every season, like every month, they have a different map and a different theme. They had like the X-Men theme where you could do different
Is
stuff.
that what y'all was buying banana suits at?
Yeah, that was the banana suits on Fortnite. So everybody,
I can't believe grown men spent their hard-earned American dollars.
I know,
on
a
banana suits.
Yeah.
banana skin. We call them skins.
Digital ones at that.
Digital ones. You don't even get a chance.
You know what's funny? There is no one in our friend group that's on before like 10 or 11 o'clock because they all have kids.
Responsibilities.
And they have to put the kids to bed and put the wife to sleep, and then they jump on and then they play from like 10, 11 till like 2 or 3 in the morning. It's ridiculous. Depends on how quick. Me, about 3 minutes.
Wow.
But if you win a game, it probably takes you.
Sounds like your sex life.
Stop it.
Sounds like your sex life.
If you win,
get in the game, get out of it quick.
If you make it to the end, it's about 20, 25 minutes. For that
All right. Go ahead on, Chewy.
So 25 minutes. That means you got to get like, if y'all up from 11 to about 3 o'clock in the morning, it's like 10, 12 games y'all play.
Oh yeah, it depends. It depends on what's going on. If people have work early in the morning, if they got meetings, they'll jump off. But if you know, like weekends, it's hell. You lose track of time. Like if you don't have anything to do the next day, you look up and it's 2:30 in the morning. You're like, what? And you're like, and then you say one more, and then you have an unwritten rule: if you win, you have to play another one. It's like gambling. Like you can't go out on a losing hand. Like you got to play one more. So you win, and then yeah. So there you go.
Nice.
Good times.
Happy backpacking, Chris.
Yeah, happy backpacking, Chris. I'll be on later. So
I do have a question for these guys, if you don't mind me asking.
Absolutely.
Well, we've been talking about young guys and building the roster and all that. I was amazed that came out that Jalen Brooks' touchdown in that last game. There were 7 undrafted players on the field for Dallas. Of the 11 offensive guys, 7 of them were undrafted. Part of me thinks that's amazing. You're doing some great, as McCarthy said, drafting in the 8th round or whatever. You're really finding guys. Part of me's like, that's why we're where we are right now.
Exactly. No, you hit it right on the head. You hit it right on the head. And this league, when you cut out all the fluff, right? Cut out all the hoopla, cut out all of the streaming services, cut out all of the fanfare, cut out all of it. Cut out all of it. This is a players' league. Okay? Mm-hmm. There's a reason why guys go in the first round. There's a reason why guys go undrafted. Now, not saying that you can't miss in either. Miss on a guy in the first round, we know that. Can have a guy be a stalwart in your organization as an undrafted guy. Mm-hmm. But there is a reason.
That's right.
There is a reason why these guys are where they're at. You know what I'm saying? And so you're not going to find very many teams who are highly successful with a bunch of guys in the 7th and, to Mike McCarthy, 8th round type situation. Those that are really successful, they're going to be primarily dominating with guys of the higher caliber. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, I don't want to knock anybody from rounds 1 through 8, 7. But there's a reason for that, because this is a players' league. There's a reason why there's a Justin Jefferson in the world, and he's in a class by himself. There's a reason why there's a CeeDee Lamb of the world. There's a reason why there's a Patrick Mahomes in the world. And then there's everybody else, because those type of dudes matter. They are the reason you hoist Lombardis. And you don't.
There's a reason why Coach Belichick's coaching in college and not still in the league.
Right?
He lost that quarterback.
He found a gym. He found a gym in the 7th round, right? And then when the gym in the 7th round turned into first round quality,
he went and won a Super Bowl with another team, and then Coach Belichick's out of the league in 4 years.
But you go look at those teams, and you go say, oh yeah, there's a Vince Wilfork in the mix. Mm-hmm. There's a 2nd round Rob Gronkowski in the mix. There's a Matt Light in the 1st round type mix, and there's a Damian Woody in the offensive line. There's a Aqib Talib on the outside. There's a reason why those things happen the way that they do, and that's because this is like I said, remove everything. It's a players' league. So when you line up 7 of the 11 players on the team, it's undrafted free agents. Credit to them, that's not a formula of success.
Nice.
What else you got, Kurt?
Oh, okay, well. Oh, no, let's see.
You had no follow-up.
Had no follow-up.
Yeah, no follow-up.
No, I don't really.
Jesse did a great job.
Yeah.
When you don't have a follow-up.
Yeah.
I'm ready for cinnamon rolls.
Oh, yeah. Oh, shout out to Mom.
Yeah.
Mama Gross.
But he trying
made
to
us a whole
wipe
bag.
you out, Mama Gross, because
Shout out to Mama Gross
we'd have thought he'd have
buns.
brought him up by now. I mean,
Shout out to Mama Gross buns.
There you go. Mama
Cinnamon
Gross's buns.
No disrespect to Mama Gross.
They're
with
over
all
there,
due respect.
over there in the bag. So
yeah, but why we ain't seen him yet?
because I didn't want you eating on the air because you shut.
You show eat the wings on there.
Well, yeah, that's a paid
She'll
sponsorship.
a paid sponsor to the NFL knocked off.
And we know how
she was a paid sponsor.
We know how good the the podcast is when we're all eating on the air and licking our fingers and smacking and.
You better watch that bag, Nate, and just grab it up and leave.
I know he's got his own. He has
I got
his
my
own
own
container.
thing.
Oh, all right.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
He's got his own
he has
thing.
his own.
And she even
own
and
deal
she
is
even
wild.
writes his name on it and everything. So yeah,
She making some
Thank
of that
you.
Texas trash again, whatever she calls
she got a
it.
lot of it. Y'all want some?
Heck
What is
yeah.
that?
It's
I want the buns.
The
It's
Chex
like a
Mix
Chex
and
Mix.
Oh yeah,
and
that
the
was
pretzels.
that's a good little.
we
that's
got
a good little
like
deal right
8
there.
containers at the house. And she made pralines. Y'all
Today
like
is
pralines?
Tuesday, man.
Hey, I want to give a shout out.
Yeah.
Give a shout out to my guy Roger. Roger loves our show. We keep Roger laughing, man. So Raj, appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much for the support. I know that you're a huge fan of mine, but we're a huge fan of yours, Roger. So thank you so much for watching. He was watching the show last week. He said he thought I was going to eat my fingers off when we were eating the wings. And the wings are so good, man. Those wings are so good. So
They are good.
yeah, I see why you don't want to bring those buns out during the show.
We'll
terrible.
save it. We'll put y'all in.
Shout out, Raj. What's up, Raj?
Yeah.
Nate, Gary Tomlinson heard you us talking about fishing yesterday, you and Prime.
Yeah.
He's got a spot for you if you want to go. So.
All right, just hey, you send it to me. But I'm not a fisherman. Unless it's a fish shack where you can go get some fried fish, I'm down with that.
What's your favorite kind of fish to
Fried.
eat? To
Fried
eat?
fish.
I like catfish. Catfish is
Catfish, man, and yeah. Oof.
if you get some good catfish that you can slice really thin and fry it when it's crispy.
I'm
Ain't
from
nothing
Jersey.
Better. Ain't nothing better.
Whiting's fish.
What's a
Yeah,
whiting?
Whiting's fish.
Whiting's fish.
Oh, is that
Type of fish or
Yeah,
place?
it's a type of fish.
Okay.
whitings?
Type of fish.
I've
Whitings.
never heard of that.
And I know G from Jersey watching. G from Jersey know Whiting's fish.
What kind of fish is it?
It's
I'm
a
gonna
white
look it up.
fish. You gotta look it up.
Is it an ocean fish or like a river fish?
I mean,
Freshwater or saltwater?
Atlantic Ocean, I guess. I don't know.
Whiting's fish.
I'm from the East Coast.
I've never heard
Like
of
the
that.
Whiting.
Look that up.
Fried speckled
Like the
trout.
sister said, man, I love me some seafood. What you gonna eat? Catfish.
Yeah. Fried speckled trout.
Fried speckled trout out of the Gulf or red snapper. Red
Man,
fish.
give me
Red-
some
not
catfish.
Fried
fish.
speckled what?
Trout.
Trout.
Whiting fish. Is that it?
Yeah.
And see,
Yeah, I guess that's it. I just see.
That's a sick looking.
he ain't eating that.
I ain't eating that.
I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you what my wife.
When they fillet that thing and put 2 pieces of white bread.
All right,
when we
that
go
looks
down,
good.
when
Yeah.
we go down south, when we go down south, see down south, we've been known to fry the whole fish.
Head no.
Head no, my wife saw that one time. Like, what is this? And that's fish.
Yeah, do you eat raccoon and squirrels?
Dude, I went back and listened to
I'm
that.
country,
About-
but that is gone country.
I went back and listened to that.
That is gone.
About 6 times. I showed my mom and Patty, and it was just like the way that they just shut down on him. He's like, they just
The
like,
brain
you do what?
of the squirrel.
You do what?
I got
Maybe he knows
I
something
got-
we don't.
Maybe.
I got some homeboys who brother, he be eating them squirrels and stuff. And I mean, in college, you know how you don't have a lot to eat. You're in college, you're trying to make a meal.
I went to
I
a
couldn't even do the
I went to a
squirrel
Division
yet.
One. I went to a Division One university, Nate.
Yeah, I know you did, bro.
I didn't. Once I
Yeah.
got to college, I was living the best life I possibly.
Yeah.
Now, when I
You
left,
never got left on the porch in college.
No.
Just like, I want to go back.
Yeah. They didn't forget about me in college.
That's why he telling his niece that you don't want to go there.
Yeah,
you want to go live your best life.
I'm like,
you don't want to go
you
live
don't
like
wanna-
Nate. You don't want to go live.
What's either to end the show? What's either the nastiest thing you've ever eaten, or something you've eaten,
Okra.
or something you really?
Man,
You can't be from the
Nasty.
country and not eat. I don't like okra either. Fried okra.
I'm talking, my grandma just put it in the peas and stuff. Oh my God, that stuff so. Me try to force me to eat that. Oh my God, man.
What's the nastiest? Either the nastiest thing or something you
Okra.
ate that you never thought you would eat.
For me,
Stop it, Jess.
actually, when growing up, I hated okra, but I like it now.
Love it
so
now.
that's
I didn't
one
think I was gonna do
You
that.
like the
But,
slimy
Loaded
like okra?
question.
But I had some.
I was gonna
it
be like
was
Tanya Green. No,
Okra, man.
I had some kind of Japanese sushi thing. It was like some weird eel. It was awful.
It was bad.
Oh, it was horrible.
kangaroo and Vegemite. What is it called?
Vegemite.
Vegemite.
Yeah, I've heard that stuff.
Is it bad?
Oh, kangaroo's terrible, and Vegemite. Oh,
Why would you want an animal that you can see they just ain't nothing but muscle? A kangaroo ain't nothing but a big
sometimes
muscle.
you be like, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. When the Romans do what the Romans do.
I can see that kangaroo while you eat it just trying to punch you.
Yeah, no.
Gotta eat the right parts. I bet that's tough.
What is the right part?
What parts would you eat?
Of the kangaroo?
The tender parts?
That's
What's the nicest thing you eat?
That's what happens when you speak before you actually think it through. Because
man, that thing is all muscle.
Brains,
Kangaroo
brains.
is all muscle, man.
What's the nastiest thing you've ever eaten?
I can't think of the nastiest because I've eaten some nasty stuff. Take that how you want. Take that how you want it.
No doubt.
But like something
Open your mouth when you say that.
Shout out to the trailer parks.
shout out to
Louisiana.
Shout out to West Monroe. Go get Cavante in here. He'll tell you. But something I ate that I never thought I'd eat was like caviar, like really high dollar caviar, like $200 an ounce. It didn't really have a taste. It's kind of like guacamole. It's like you hear all this great stuff about it, and you put it in your mouth, and it's like. Really?
It's something like rich people be like, well, how you're just rich.
Yeah.
That's just, come on, that's not really.
Yeah,
I'm with you. Like, that's like, come on.
So do you eat it? What type of cracker do you eat it on?
Like a saltine,
Ritz.
I guess.
I mean, you spend
a high level.
This costs
Yeah.
$200 an ounce,
Yeah.
and then you eat it with a 10-cent cracker.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just one of those privileged things. It's because I'm privileged, I can
But
eat this.
I know sardines. I mean, sardines is good. You
Those
can
aren't
fix
good.
So I'll tell you, I know we got to go. I used to work at a pizza place. That was my first job. We used to have a
My
guy
bad, Chris.
that would. Did he text us? I used to have a guy that would order a sardine pizza with no cheese. It was dough, sauce, and sardines, and it smelled like holy hell when we cook it. It was awful.
I had a partner
Delivered
who
to Jeffrey
sardines.
Dahmer's
He used to do
house?
the sardines with grape jelly and cheese. He thought that was the awesome thing.
High living.
He was straight out of Georgia, Ella Jerry, Georgia.
And then probably eat a side of Spam with it.
Big Noon, you want some? I'm like, nah.
I'm good.
Nah, I just.
You know when a big dude tell you, nah.
You know when a big dude be like, well, you ain't had none since you got it. I was like, I'm going off my fat reserve.
Nah, I'm going to pass on that one.
All right, let's go eat some cinnamon rolls. Jesse, good seeing you. Nate, good seeing you. Kurt, we'll see y'all tomorrow on Hump Day.
Great
Jazz,
job
Josh,
with the Holly's
Paul.
helping hands.
Thank you.
Great
Thanks
job.
everybody that contributed to the show. Chris, hope Logie feels better. We will be back tomorrow, same time, same place on Hangin with the Boys.
We out.
Need some buns.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this,